Good, mo- Good morning to one and all. In the previous class, we discussed different things, means different classifications of these vertical rains, how they will work. But now we have to discuss what are the design philosophies involved in this vertical drains. Means vertical drains means designs means normally we need to observe what is the shape factor, what is the size factor, what is the length factor, how much amount of the length it you have to sustain, what is the spacing between those successive vertical rains, what is the most economical spacing factors. All those things we have to observe in this particular class. First of all, we have to study this is the shape. That means in these diagrams we are having totally two kinds of shape factors. First of all, we are having this square pattern. In this particular square pattern, four vertical lines are collected with the help of these red lines, so that it is one of the efficient way. After that, we are having these hexagonal patterns. In this also we are having hexagonal patterns. So totally we are having three boreholes, that means three vertical lines, so that those three vertical lines will be collected with the help of this triangular pattern. Each hexagonal pattern will serve as a circular drain hole. That means circular drain hole means simply it is in the moreoverly it is in the shape of circle, so that on the periphery of the total circle it will absorb the water and it will collect into the sand drain. The total water will be drained into the total horizontal level on the top layer. On the beside of this particular diagram we are having this sand wick. That means the total sand wick is 2 tt is the dimension. After that, 2r is the radius of that particular sand wick. From the radial surface, it having some quantity of matter, that means soil matter it having. The total soil matter also having some quantity of water. Those all water will be absorbed by these sand particles or any other PVC particles. All those will be fed to the particular pipe. Those pipe will be carries the water due to the suction pressure involved. Those water will be carried onto the top surface. This is the that means this is the pictorial representation how a particular particle will having this stress distribution. That means in this particular previous case we have discussed some quantity of this embankment load is feeding onto the surface, so that due to those feeding of embankment load, what is the quantity of forces and stresses. Normally force means simply a mass acting on the surface. It means a mass of a particular body with respect to movement, it is called as a force. Whenever stress means a load is acting on a particular surface with respect to area, that is called as the stress equal to load by area. That means Newton per mm square. That means some quantity of newtons acting on some mm square of area. Likely here also we are having totally two directions. We are having these stresses on x direction and z direction. That means on one direction we are having x direction with respect to vx, velocity of particles is v, those are in the direction of x direction. On the other hand, we are having particles are moving in the direction of z, so that we are having moving velocity with respect to z, vz plus dou vz by dou z into dx into dy. This is the two kinds of stresses. Normally initially we are having giving embankment load, so that the total load will be giving downward, so that we are having upward movement of water. This is the pictorial representation how the water will moves due to those embankment forces. The total water movement is shown in the diagram with the help of this red color line. Those line having this arrow. That means the arrow symbol means simply the arrow means movement direction. Normally whenever we are having arrow means the total line will have to move on those direction only. That is the symbol of arrow representation. Here also vz direction means the total water will moving in direction of z. Here also variations of the particular stresses in x direction and z direction. On the x direction we are having Vx plus dou Vx by dou x into dy into dz. Okay, these are the two different forces acting on another directions with respect to z axis. This green means normally the surrounding water will have to move in the x direction. After the water collection is over, those total water will have to move in upward direction in red line. This surrounding water means the total water which is in the surrounding particles of a sand drain. Those water will have to collect in the form of these z directions, these x directions. After the collection is over, the total green water can be converted into red color. Those will be moving into upward direction. This is also same representation with respect to x and z directions. X means the total water will collected on one direction. Z means the total water will be flow on another direction. These are the two directions of the water and their movements. These are the transverse forces which acting on the particular pipes. Those are in the form of blue color. In the previous we are having red symbol and green symbol. Red means collection, green means transfer. Against we are having these blue color forces in the direction of y we are acting. These are the typical representation of the movement of water in the soil itself. Here also one direction is x direction, another direction is z direction, another direction is y axis. It is a arrangement of that means this total diagram represents a particle. Whenever we have to study a total structure, we need to take some particle. We need to analyze what are the things in this particle, how the particle will have to behave. Likely here also we are simply taking some quantity of matter. In those particular matter, what are the stresses developing, how water will moving, all those things we are studying. Here there is a body. In this particular body, some quantity of upward force is acting. It means on the upward side of the particular body there may be force acting in the downwards. It means upward means మనకి టోటల్గా స్ట్రక్చర్ పైన భాగంలో మనకి లోడ్ అనేది అప్లై అవుతుంది in the form of downward direction. So that due to those downward direction, water will have to move in upward direction due to reciprocal forces. So that the total water will have to collect in the sand drain. The total water will have to move in upward direction onto the ground level. This is the representation how the water will have to collect and how the water will have to move in this particular diagram. That first one we are having this shaded portion. That means the cement color portion we are having, the total cement color portion is the sandy area. That means the total structure having a sand portion. After that we are having a cement portion with some blue portion. That means the blue particles are simply water particles are lying on the structure. This is the basic differential equation for solving the coefficients, where du by dt with respect to time, velocity with respect to time, equal to cv into d square u by dou z square, where ct is the coefficient of consolidation in the form of vertical direction. And next one is the initial and boundary conditions. In the initial stage we are having no water movement, so that those are time equal to 0 and movement equal to delta sigma. After that boundary conditions are takes place, there will be some quantity of values z equal to 0 and u equal to 0. After the some quantity of depth we are having double drainage. That means at the top layer we are having no quantity of water. After some depth also we are having no quantity of water. After against going for some depth we are having a huge amount of water with a depth of 2h. and u equal to 0. So that those are the three different conditions of water levels. For those three different conditions, we need to have these boundary layer conditions, so that the solution is sigma u equal to 0 to infinity 2h by m sine of m by h of e power minus m by t. Likely we are having some diagrams and this structure, this definitions and this curves we are having, where t equal to cj by h square, that means time factor, and u equal to velocity factor u naught minus uz by u naught, so that 1 minus uz by u naught. After that, how the equation we have to use in a different fields. First of all, u is the in the starting stage of the problem, that means in the starting stage of a borehole, how the u will acts. After the water movement, how the u will acts. Those two conditions we need to observe. It is also some kind of a diagram with which is representing the movement of particles. In the starting condition, there may be no movement. After that, simply the water will be collecting and simply moving upwards, so that the graph will be looking like a elliptical shape. This is the average degree of consolidation of the entire depth of the formula u equal to s by h, which is equal to 1 minus 1 by 2h g of 0 to 2h u into tz by u naught, where u equal to average degree of consolidations and settlement of the layer at time t. This is the another classification, the value of time factor and their corresponding average degrees. Here we are having these different kinds of diagrams. In the initial stage of flow, we are having u equal to 0 to 60, so that time is related to u, t equal to pi by 4 into u by 100 whole square. After that, u is greater than 60%, means flow is greater than 60%, so that we need to consider time in the form of these logarithm graphs. 1.781 minus 0.933 log 100 minus u percentage. If it is u is 61%, simply we need to take log of 100 minus 61. If u is 90%, we need to take log of 100 minus 90%, likely in the bottom and top. For suppose u value is lies between 0 to 60, that means up to 59 and 60, we need to take the first conditions. If it is beyond 60, we need to take 61, 62 up to 61. We need to take this second value, t1 equal to this and t2 equal to this, likely. This is the diagrammatic representation for those values. Here also we are having this with respect to u means flow of water with respect to function of time, so that the values of the time factor and their corresponding average degrees of consolidations in case of presented with the figure. That means in the previous case we are having some quantity of figure. In this particular we are having another figure with respect to time factor, so that here also the formulas are same, only the figure will changes. That means the graphical representation and the values which are in the this graph are changing. Simply 0 to 60 we are having t value pi by 4 into u by 100 whole square. That means u means percentage. Up to 60% we have to take u value. If it is beyond 60%, we need to go for the bottom formula, t equal to 1.781 minus 0.933 into log of 100 minus this u percentage. This is the clay, how the sand will drain the water. That means surrounding how much quantity of water is there, the total water, how the sand will be absorbed from the clay. That means clay strata means normally clay strata is having the soil particles is very fine, so that the water will have a huge quantity of binding with the clay particles, so that removal of water will takes huge quantity of time. So simply we are using these sandy drains so that it will takes a large span of time for the total removing of water from this clay strata. Here also we need to, what we have to take is we need to simply increase the load, that means embankment load onto the surface of the clay soils, so that there will be some reduces in the time level. The green color simply indicates the flow of water from drain to drain. That means here four drains are there in the clay soil, so that from first drain and second drain and third drain, fourth drain, how the water will moves. Okay, this is the another diagram which represents both flow of water to the drains and flow of water from the drains. Flow of water to the drains means normally the surrounding soil particles, whatever the water presents, those water will be collected into the sand drains. That is the flow of water to the drain. Next one is the flow of water from the drain, means whatever the water in the drain, those water will be percolated to the upward surface. That is the from the drain. That is the difference between to the drain and from the drain. Here we are having two symbols. One is the green symbol. Green symbol represents the flow of water to the surface. Green symbol from the drainage. It is another representation. That means the total clay soil we are having. From the clay soils totally, in the previous case also we are having only 4 boreholes. From those 4 boreholes, how the water will be collected due to the external application of this embankment load on the clay strata. This is the 4 boreholes. From these boreholes, the total water will be comes upwards due to this external application of the load factor, like an embankment or storage surcharge load. This is the a single cross section of a sand drain, that means vertical drain. In this particular vertical drain, we are having both x direction and y direction. That means on x direction the length is same, on y direction the length is same. The surrounding soil is clay strata. This is the distribution of this single bore, that means single sand drain, vertical drain. This is the next one, radial drainage. That means in the previous case we are having only the top view we have to observe, but in the with respect to this top view we are having this radial drainage, means this is the particular center. From this center there may be some quantity of radial drainage. Okay, this is what they will tells. That means the total drain hole will have to drain the water in circular pattern. Next one is the design considerations. How they need to design a particular drain hole. It is essential to design a successful design of coefficients considerations for both horizontal direction and vertical direction. Here simply they are representing horizontal direction with the help of this is CB, and vertical direction in the help of this CS, where CB is the horizontal direction and CV is the vertical direction. Means horizontal direction means simply whatever the water content is there in the horizontal direction, those will be collected through the pipe in the form of the sand rains. After the collection of water is there over, the total water will be percolated to upward surface. This is the formula for collection of the water and movement of water in polar coordinate system. Why? Because simply we are using here radius, means simply in the radial direction the total water will be collecting, so that we are using here polar coordinates, simply r comma theta. Dou u by dou t, that means with respect to time, CB into dou square u by dou r square plus 1 by r into dou square u by dou r plus CB into dou square u by dou pi square. With respect to horizontal and vertical direction in the form of radial direction, so that they are using polar coordinates. This is the another classification with respect to this polar coordinates. That means R value dou u z by dou t equal to cv into dou u square by dou r square plus 1 by r into dou u square by dou u z by dou r plus cv into r, where r is the radius of a bore hole, that means vertical drain hole. Due to those drain radius, the total water will be collecting into the borehole according to the radius. If the radius is more, automatically more quantity of water will be collected. If the radius is very less quantity of the water will be collected to the hole. So that we need to take some quantity of these physical parameters and these soil parameters whenever we are applying these kind of loads onto the structures. This total green symbol will represents the periphery of the particular vertical drain hole. If the drain hole is limited to those periphery, that means the green symbol is on the top direction where visible, it is the green symbol. On the center of the green symbol we are having some red circle, so that the red circle on the other hand we are having this cylinder, that means cylinder with this circular cylinder. For the circular cylinder on the center parts we are having this red pipe. Those red pipe is normally a vertical drain. Those vertical drain having a capacity of those periphery. Periphery is representing with the symbol of this green color. Having a capacity of this capacity also denoted with the symbol of this dou u by dou t, where dou t equal to cb into dou square u by dou v square plus 1 by r. The previous formula is simply pasted here. For those formula simplified, they simply collecting this cv value outside. Dou u by dou t equal to cv into dou square u by dou r square plus 1 by r into dou u by dou r plus cv. So that we need to calculate this u value. That means u value means simply flow of water in the term of f into tv, where tv equal to cv into L by d square. But here we are having no diameter, only we are having radius, so that cv into L by 4r square. This is the graphical representative, that means logarithm graph. So previously we are having a log bond is there between the velocity and time, so that he was using a logarithmic graph for the movement of this water with respect to time. Here also time t equal to sigma s by 4r square. Time and velocity both are represented for this graph. Time on x-axis and velocity, that means u on y-axis. For this expression t equal to sigma L by 4r square, it confirms the fact of closer spacing of drains. If the drains are closely spaced, automatically we require more quantity of drains. If the drains are fairly spaced means automatically we require less quantity of bores. The total number of bores we are having also some empirical formulas. Why? Because if the soil having too much quantity of water, then only we require more quantity of bores. If the soil having less quantity of water, automatically we will require a small number of bores. So that we need to observe the physical properties. That means what is the liquid limit on the soil itself. If the liquid limit is very low, we will go for less quantity of bores. The solution for radial drainage due to barren is the figure 7.30. That means in this particular figure, relationship depending upon the n equal to r by pi, where r is the radius of the equivalent of cylindrical block and the radius of the drain. So that there may be relation with respect to velocity and this ultimate velocity. 1 minus u equal to 1 minus uv by 1 minus ut. This is the example they were taking in the starting of the particular presentation. We are discussing different things. In those different things, they are simply explaining one example with the mathematical approach. This is the mathematical approach for calculating the number of bores required for a particular soil strata. And he have given a data regarding the properties of the soil. We have to observe those. First of all, the embankment is to be considered. We need to consider the embankment over a layer thickness of 10 meters thick. That means the total bottom strata of rocky we are having. After the rocky strata, the clay structure is there for a depth of 10 meters. It is impermeable above the boundary layer construction, so that we need to take the embankment will have to increase the vertical stress in the clay layer of 65 kilonewton per meter square. That means 1 meter by 1 meter there will be a stress of 65 kilonewtons. For clay there will be a stress of 4.7 meter square per year. That means on the clay strata also we are having some quantity of stress distributions, so that we have to consider those things also. After that we are having CH equal to 7.9 meter square per year. That means there will be settlement 7.9 meter square for every year. And MV equal to 0.25, that means movement in vertical direction equal to 0.25 meter square per meganewton. That means load, the design requirements for 25 mm settlement due to this consolidation of the clay layer have to take place for a period of 6 months. Determine the spacing of a square pattern of 400 mm diameter. We need to solve this by using this empirical data which was given in the problem. For a depth of 10 meters, an embankment is given and stresses are given directly on clay strata and soil strata, how they will deform by year to year. This is the height. We need to find the final settlement. That means after 10 years, what is the settlement? So that 10 into this 0.25 into 65. So that for every year we are getting a settlement of 65 into this 0.25 into 10. This is the total settlement after 10 years is the 162 mm. For t equal to 6 months, what is the value for 6 months means simply we need to get the data. For 1 year we are having a settlement of 25. So that u equal to 162 minus 25 by 162, it will gives a 0.85 for every 6 months. This is the data given. These are the normally they denoted that we need to find the gaps in the form of these square patterns. That means gap means simply spacings between the hole to hole in the form of square patterns, so that we have drawn a square pattern by using this spacings as the representation of S symbol, and delta S, M, CV and all those are given in the problem. R equal to N pi d, NRD, where N equal to 0.2, where T equal to CV by D square, where CV equal to 4.7, L equal to 0.5, previously we known, T equal to by D square equal to D equal to for 10 years time. That means D equal normal depth here, depth equal to 10 meters, so that 10 into 10, 100 we will get in the bottom, so that the total time is 0.0235. T equal to CV L by D square, where CV equal to 4.7 into 0.5 by 10 square, 0.02 square. Next T equal to CU by L 4R square. These are the formulas. All those formulas are previously we discussed, but these formulas are not useful for us. We need to observe how we have to design a borehole. What are the parameters? What is the radius? How the radius will be using? What is the time factor? That means if it is a 10 years of time, how the 10 years we need to utilize. T equal to CVL by D square, where C is the percolation value, C 4.7 and L is the 0.5, previously we discussed about L, and D is the 10 year span. So that for 10 year span we are getting 0.0235. So the TR equal to CUL by 4R square, where R equal to 0.2N. so that n equal to square root of 24.7 by r square. Why? Because 24.7 by n square we get with respect to t, so that we need to calculate n value. That means number of boards we need to calculate, n equal to 24.7 by t. We need to go for different depths. In the previously we have calculated for 5 meters depth. After that we have to go for 10 meters, and after that we have to go for 15 meters. For each successive 5 meters we need to take those values in the form of these logarithm graphs, and we have to correlate at what depth we are getting a successful value. Here also we are getting those values and comparing. Here also those values. This is the trial graph they have drawn. From those trial graphs they simply stated that the r value which is equal to 1.8 meters and s value which is equal to 3.7 meters. That means r equal to radius of the pipe, that is simply 1.8 meters, and spacing between the pipe to pipe is 3.2 meters. In the figure itself they directly drawn those things. R equal to 0.2 into 9, which is equal to 1.8 meters. That means radius of the circulum, that means circumference, that radius equal to 1.8 meters. And the spacing equal to from 1 to 1, we need to have a space of 1.8 by this 0.564, that is simply 3.2 meters. That means simply a 11 feet distance between the successive holes. These are the references. That means whenever you have some quantities of doubts, you need to refer these textbooks, and you have to collect some more knowledge on these vertical drains. First of all, we have to take care. That means we need to mind those few points. What are those? Means the total water, how it flows. This is the total structures we need to have. That means only we have to mind those two diagrams. Those two are very useful whenever we are implementing those figures onto the site itself. We need to observe these two kinds of diagrams. First of all, we will go for this square pattern. That means on square pattern, for each hole we need to maintain some equivalent on 4 sides. That means if it is x direction or y direction or z direction, that means only x direction and y direction, we have to give this space SS. If it is a hexagonal pattern, that means triangular pattern, we need to give some 3 direction space, bore to bore, and we need to mind the radius of circumference of that particular borehole, and those values also are equal to 0.584 s, where s equal to spacing. These are also 2 RD, that means 2 are equal to the depth of the diagram. That means the borehole, simply depth of the borehole is minimum 10 meters and maximum 30 meters. The other representation how they will drawn.